Are the Golden State Warriors about to make the most surprising defensive move of the offseason? While fans are still celebrating their recent championship memories, the front office is quietly orchestrating what could be the most intriguing three-team trade scenario we've seen in years. And at the center of it all is a player whose nickname alone should tell you everything you need to know about his impact: the Minister of Defense. The trade, as everyone talking sports Illustrated's Rowan Rahman has proposed, a fascinating three-team trade that would bring Jonathan Isaac from the Orlando Magic to Golden State, alongside promising young talents Jet Howard and M.O. Gay. The deal would also involve the Atlanta Hawks, creating a complex web of player movement that addresses multiple team needs simultaneously. Under this proposal, the Warriors would part ways with Moses Moody and Gueye Santos, sending them to Orlando. Meanwhile, Atlanta would receive Goga Bitadze and a 2027 lottery-protected first-round pick. On paper, it looks like a win-win-win situation, but the devil is always in the details. The Minister of Defense, a defensive masterpiece standing at an imposing 6 feet 10 inches with 7 feet 1 inch wingspan, Jonathan Isaac isn't just tall. He's a defensive phenomenon when healthy. Last season's statistics paint a picture of elite defensive prowess that few players in the league can match. Isaac ranked in the 100th percentile among forwards with a staggering 4.1% block percentage and an equally impressive 2.4% steal percentage. These aren't just numbers on a stat sheet. They represent game-changing defensive plays that can shift momentum in crucial moments. His ability to disrupt opponents' offensive flow while maintaining excellent positioning makes him a rare commodity in today's NBA. Additionally, his 10.3% offensive rebound rate would address one of the Warriors' most persistent weaknesses: their struggles on the boards. What makes Isaac particularly valuable for Golden State is his versatility on defense. He can guard multiple positions effectively, which would provide much-needed relief for the aging Draymond Green. At 35 years old, Green's role as a small ball center is becoming increasingly demanding, and having Isaac's length and mobility in the lineup could extend Green's effectiveness while providing strategic flexibility for Coach Steve Kerr. The elephant in the room: injury concerns, however. Isaac's career has been plagued by one significant issue that cannot be ignored: his injury history. In 6 NBA seasons, he has managed to play over 70 games only twice, a concerning pattern that raises legitimate questions about his long-term availability and durability. The most troubling aspect of Isaac's injury record involves recurring lower extremity issues that have severely limited his playing time. Since suffering an ACL tear in 2020, he hasn't played more than 16 minutes per game, which is a red flag for any team considering a significant investment in his services. That said, there are reasons for cautious optimism. Last season marked the most games Isaac had played since 2019, suggesting that his recovery process may finally be on the right track. For a Warriors team that could utilize him strategically, managing his minutes and focusing on his defensive impact during crucial moments might be the key to maximizing his value while minimizing injury risks. Offensive limitations and strategic fit. While Isaac's defensive credentials are unquestionable, his offensive game presents some challenges. His three-point shooting was particularly concerning last season, connecting on just 25.8% of his attempts from beyond the arc. In today's pace and space NBA, this limitation could affect his overall impact on the court. However, Isaac's value as a slasher and his ability to finish around the rim shouldn't be overlooked. His length and athleticism make him a threat in transition and pick-and-roll situations, skills that could complement the Warriors' motion offense effectively. When paired with elite playmakers like Stephen Curry and Chris Paul, Isaac's offensive role could be simplified to focus on what he does best. The ripple effects across 3 teams for the Orlando Magic. Trading Isaac represents a philosophical shift toward youth development. Acquiring Moses Moody and Gueye Santos aligns with their timeline of building around younger core pieces, though losing Isaac's elite defensive anchor could temporarily disrupt their defensive identity. The Atlanta Hawks would benefit significantly from this deal, gaining much-needed front-court depth through Goga Bitadze while securing future flexibility with the draft pick. This addition could complement Trae Young's offensive-minded play style by providing better rim protection and defensive stability. High risk, higher reward potential from the Warriors' perspective. This trade represents a calculated gamble that could pay enormous dividends. Isaac's defensive impact could transform their ability to compete with the Western Conference's elite teams, addressing critical weaknesses in size and interior defense that have been exposed in recent playoff runs. The key question isn't whether Isaac can be effective when healthy. His track record proves that conclusively. The real concern is whether the Warriors can keep him on the court long enough to justify the investment, and whether his offensive limitations would hurt their championship aspirations. The Gary Payton II alternative, adding another layer to this defensive puzzle, is a reported interest from the Los Angeles Lakers in Warriors free agent Gary Payton II. According to Clutch Point's Brett Siegel, the Lakers had expressed significant interest in the defensive-minded guard before ultimately signing Marcus Smart following his buyout with Washington. Payton II, son of Hall of Fame guard Gary Payton, has been one of Golden State's most reliable role players over the past 5 seasons, with his contributions being particularly crucial during their 2022 championship run. His availability in free agency raises questions about the Warriors' defensive priorities and whether they're confident in their ability to replace his impact through trades like the proposed Isaac deal. The championship window consideration as the Warriors navigate an increasingly competitive Western Conference. Every roster decision carries championship implications. The potential acquisition of Jonathan Isaac represents more than just adding a defensive player. It's about adapting their identity while maintaining their championship-level expectations. The combination of Isaac's elite defensive potential alongside established veterans like Green could create one of the most formidable defensive frontcourts in the league. However, the injury risks and offensive questions surrounding Isaac make this a decision that could either elevate the Warriors to new heights or become a cautionary tale about gambling on talent over availability. What do you think about this potential blockbuster trade? Could Jonathan Isaac be the missing piece that puts the Warriors back on top? Or are the injury concerns too significant to ignore? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the offseason's most intriguing possibilities.